That's why we're here. And this program that we are launching today relates to that. When we took over, we were reminded that challenging, I just want to call it a problem. It's a challenge with the continent, but also with leadership everywhere else, is intergenerational transmission and intergenerational succession, you know. So that, you know, some of us like to be babas, but you know, it is important to hand over the baba to some other peoples. So this program is really meant to build the next generation of scholars who center African epistemologies, but also really African studies, but who grow African studies on the continent, from the continent, but take it not just as a convening space, but to use it to really inform and transform the world. So we do believe that we are doing something special, we are doing something particular. One of the first decisions we made was to take the continent to what people call difficult places. And we are hoping that the next conference will be very difficult to get to. We are committed to that. And the other decision was, you know, to celebrate our elders and also not wait until when they passed on before we start saying they were good, they were bad, they were you know, and to celebrate them while they're here. So today, Her Excellency Christina Duarte delivered the Kosua Ampofo presidential lecture, which we have made in honor and celebration of Akosia, who is really good at intergenerational mentorship. So thank you very much. And this program is about that. We were mentored, and it's important to mentor the next generation of scholars. Somebody is moving stuff. It seems like there's an AI. Can we go back, please, to the first slide? Yes, thank you. So the Pan-African Fellowship Program is in its first year this year. It's the first cycle, 2025 to 2027. And we are grateful to the Carnegie Corporation of New York for providing us with the funding to launch this program, but also to organize parts of this conference. Also to many different centers, CAF, in Lumumbashi, in the DRC, the Institute for African Studies at the University of Ghana, Institute for Humanities at the University of Cape Town, the Center for African Studies in Ibadan, and also USIU, and many other players. The grant is currently held at the University of Cape Town, and we are grateful to the University of Cape Town, the Dean of Humanities, who is here and who continues always to support ASA, like many of the other deans where the other centers are based, to make it possible. So we should run this a fellowship. It brings together 15 fellows, but right now we have selected 12 fellows. And African Studies is being a place where we mainly train babas. So we wanted to transform it and make it a place to also train people who are not babas, you know. So if you see the fellowship, it's mainly dominated intentionally by women and women scholars. And we hope that will continue. Yeah. So the fellowship is coordinated by colleagues in the Secretariat in Jiba, Freyvot, who is here, our Oga, to send Kafahire, who is here, and myself, and we are looking forward to Titi joining us, who is our new secretary. Titi just Yes, and we're looking forward to having her on the team and handing over all the work, to her. But the scientific committee or coordinating committee is Faisal Garba. Where is Faisal? Faisal is there. Akosia, who is here, you know, and my brother Sheikh Tiam. Where is, yes, Sheikh Tiam. Sheikh Tiam is director of our publications program, and the fellowship is linked to the publications program, so they constitute the committee together with us. But 15 fellows, the first is doctoral completion grant, because we want to experiment on it, and what we've done is to select fellows from countries, but particularly from the centers where ESAA has been hosted, also to encourage and support the centers that have been hosting this, but also eventually to grow African studies on the continent. So if you can move to the next slide, please. So we see the fellows are not all here. Some of them are stuck currently in Dakar because of the difficulties of traveling on the continent. But Fanit Sanogo is currently stuck in Dakar. Linda, I think, is here somewhere. Yes, then I think Nancy is yes, right there. And Gertrude is Sarah Aido. Yes, they're going to come. I'll bring them. Yeah, and then we have Eben. Eben is there, who is our executive assistant also. And then there's Cecilia. Yes, we're sitting there. And then, Caroline is currently stuck in Dakar. And Mercy or where is Mercy? Yeah, Mercy is there. And then Marie Pascaline Bekombe is not here. And also Justin Mehimba is not here. But we have Père Insoni, who is there. If the fellows can just come so we can see them. They're the inaugural fellows. Yeah. So we welcome you. Linda. Yeah. Okay. Great. Next slide, please. Yeah. So not everybody is here, but we are very proud and very grateful that they've accepted to continue with this fellowship for the next 2 years. They have a very short time, but also a lot of deliverables, some of which is to make sure that they have their PhDs by June, July, and a number of publications, but also internships across the continent and lots of exchanges in different parts, and also linking them up with different colleagues both here and outside for mentorship. And we are hoping that in a few years' time, we will not be standing here and running around to organize and ensuring that people come through and that they will actually take the spirit of Pan-Africanism and Pan-African knowledge production, seriously. So welcome again and congratulations. Yeah. Great. So, Jiba, what's my next instructions? Yes. So the fellowships started, and we had the first workshop on Monday. Yes, and then we're going to continue with exchanges and hopefully in the different centers across the continent. So thank you very much, and welcome. More. Yes. Okay. Jiba, the announcements. Yeah.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Again, for the 5th time. I'm just looking for the shared platform. So I just had it open. So my job is to just kind of walk us through what the next few days will look like, and also help alleviate some stress that maybe some of our panelists have been having if they don't see their name on the program. So the first thing is there's a QR code that's pasted up or, taped up on different doors. It's different spaces, and that leads you to our online conference planning platform called Shed. And so the first thing when you do is go to that platform on a daily basis and just look to see where your workshops are and also if there's been any changes. That's the one thing. The second thing is that it's updated on a regular basis. So you shouldn't print it out and think that you're going to that room or the time is the same because of the fact that things have shifted obviously this morning. And so we go into Shed and we shift it. So it's almost like an automatic update. So that's the second thing that I wanted to add. And then the third thing, which there's two things that are really important. One, the financial services is now ready to accept payments. So for those of you who said that you will pay on site, you can go out to the reception or the registration booth and they can direct you to where you should pay. We beg you to pay because your registration helps us feed you and helps us manage and helps us deal with Wi-Fi and helps us deal with all other problems. So please, if you've not had an opportunity to pay, we actually welcome you to do so immediately. I see Divine. Oh, okay. That's the second thing. And then the third thing is that, let me just, here comes Divine. I've seen him. Yes, please. Oh, you're not going anywhere. Okay. The second thing is that on Friday, we'll have a gala dinner, and that's 30 pounds, and it will be which is the equivalent of 3,000 escudos for those who are paying in escudos. And that will be at 7 night. It's not, what is it called? 7 Club? What's 7 called? It's just called 7, right? The restaurant. 7. It's just called 7, right? So it's 7, it's just 7. So there's a restaurant that's close to the beach in town here somewhere that way. And it's called 7, and that's where the gala dinner will be on Friday night. And now that I'm in the program, I wanted to just also highlight a few things for today's program. So as you can imagine, we're behind schedule. So from here, we will go, I know you all maybe have just eaten, but we will go to lunch, right? I know, I'm just saying, we'll go to lunch. I know. And then from there, we will start our breakout sessions. Our breakout rooms are all in building 8, and then there's like room 101, 102, room 200, etc. And when you go to Shed, so you have to click on the workshop in order to find out where your room is, right? And when you go to Shed, for example, this workshop on Africa and the question of inclusivity in scholarly thought and theories, right? You click on it, it says Wednesday, 14 to 1500, building 6, room 209, right? So building 8 or building 6, and then your room is in Shed. And then once we do our 2 rounds of parallel sessions, we'll come back to this room for the presidential address by Toussaint Kofahari. So that'll be our last event for the evening. Toussaint, did you have any announcements? What time? The films are on Shed also. So there's also films. Thank you. So there's also a film show. So we'll have like a film series, but it'll really be like, what is it? Why can't I? It's not a film show. Film festival. So well, it's certainly not a festival. Anyway, it's a festival inside of a conference. So we're having a series of films, and there will be 3, I believe, at 1:30. I don't know where Eben is. Maybe he can help me. Okay, let me just look at the thing. Yes, so at 1:30, there'll be 3 films: Hip Hop as a Vessel for Black Consciousness, honoring Amílcar Cabral, and Legends of Kashab. And then there's other films this evening. And then there's also films. There's films at, sorry, I'm looking at the time. Shed is not easy. 15:30, and then there's films in the evening. Then at 17:15, then we'll have our presidential address. I think that is it. And then tomorrow, we will start in this room with a keynote, another keynote. Any other things that I've missed? Yes. Your breakout is in building 7. Okay, so we'll quickly shift that. Thank you for reminding me of that. So if you find a contradiction on the schedule, you should not, panic or anything. You shouldn't come to us and say, oh my God, this is just the worst thing that has happened to me, right? We can easily, people have come to us, right, and said, oh my God, this is so horrible. And we can fix it in 5 minutes, right? That's why we got the online thing. So if you have any problems with your session, maybe your name is not spelled properly, maybe your title is not there, maybe the room needs to be changed, please find myself, find Toussaint, find Divine, find TT, find Eben, and then we can quickly resolve the issue through a gentleman called Richard who's helping us with Shed. We will probably share a direct link to him, but we don't have it right now, so we don't want to share it. Any other comments? Yes. Yeah, that's not updated. Yeah, that's no, so that's not updated. So the schedule is we're going to lunch, and then, yes, we're going to lunch now in the same place where we had snack just about 30 minutes ago. And then we're going from there, we'll go to parallel sessions, right? There's 2 parallel sessions. And then from the parallel sessions, which will also include films, right? We will, because we're running behind, we won't have a coffee break. From there, then we'll come back to this room for our presidential keynote. So I hope that's okay. Yes. My dear, I don't have the times now. We'll move out. Yeah, we'll have an hour for lunch, right? So it's 1:46 now. So the challenge is that because the break got pushed back, now the lunch so we may get there and the food may not be there, right? So I don't want to say 1 to 2 and then we're still sitting there at 1:15 waiting for food. So lunch will be for about an hour, and then once we're done with lunch, then everything will be sorted. Any other questions or comments? Yes. An hour after lunch. So immediately after lunch start. No, I'm saying it not to be funny. I really don't know. So I'm hoping that we'll go to lunch now, and the food will be there. So if the food comes at 2 o'clock, or 1:45, then we'll immediately after that, right? So I'm hoping that we'll quickly update Shed exactly. And that'll give us, the lunch period will give us an opportunity to update everything. And also, lastly, if you have online presenters in your panels, we will be sending out links to everyone who has registered to say, welcome to, half of day 1, blah, 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 blah. Here's a link. And for those of you who have online panelists, the way that it will work is there's one link, and then when they get into the link, they will have to go into a breakout room inside that link, right? So every room doesn't have an individualized link. Anything else, Toussaint? I think we're good. So you're very welcome. So 2 assignments everyone in this room has. 3 assignments. 1, go have lunch. 2, pay for their registration if they haven't already done so. If they have done so and they haven't picked up their bag and picked up the badge, they should do that. And 3, pay for the gala dinner if they will be attending the gala dinner. And 4, also check the schedule to make sure that your panel is correct and there's no contradictions. Thank you so much. Yes, please. I meant euros. I did not mean pounds. Thank you. Euros, 30 euros, sorry. the euros. Oh, and then the last thing is, we have a trip on Saturday, and I know everyone has seen that, so there also will be announcements if you want to go on the tour on Saturday. Thank you so much. So let's all find our way over to lunch, and then from there, okay. Yes. So thank you so much. We'll see you all in the parallel sessions probably in the next hour. We're very grateful. Have a wonderful day. Hello, I'm back again. Sorry. Hello, I'm back again. So just as a reminder, we may have shortened the panels a bit, but we have 1 hour for the panels today so that we can make sure that we are able to hear the presidential lecture, and also we don't hold you here all night, right? We know people want to enjoy and love and love Cabo Verde, right? So please, 1 hour for the panels. Thank you.